How's it going, everyone? It is Monday, June 10th, 2024. Let's get into some of the picks that we're in. There was no picks from the last video, given that we're just kind of waiting to see what happens after the CPI and PPI. We have two trades on right now. First is our WDC put credit spread. So we took this over here on May 31st. So far, that spread is doing well. The 71.70 PCS. The stock has been grinding higher, been moving sideways, and we've been taking some money on that time premium decay. So I believe right now, if I check my portfolio, I think this spread is up about 50%, a little bit more, about 66%. So that has been doing pretty well. If this breaks out, we have a really nice runway, and we can close our spread back for some pennies. So nothing too much to do for WDC. Here we have Liberty. The stock has simply just been compressing here at the low of the day, not giving back any of the gains, which is nice. So I'm going to continue to hold it, continue to be patient, and then we should get this next leg lower in the stock. So far, the volume on that has been pretty low. If I look at maybe an M30 chart, just to kind of zoom out here, here's our trend, and you can see that we're just testing this low here, 2075, over and over and over and over again. Any sort of market tailwind on the move down, I think we will break that level. So leading on this level here, leading on this trend, this strong trend strength here, the 8 EMAs also catching up to our favor. So if we do get a little bit of pop and a pullback towards there, maybe like we did over here, I would expect that sellers are going to come in, and then we get that next move lower. We also have this channel now also coming in to our favor. So a lot of technicals are now moving in favor with the price. Okay, what's happening with the market? Well, not a lot has changed from yesterday to today. We're still kind of waiting on that CPI and FOMC statement coming out on Wednesday. Apple had a WWDC today, which caused a little bit of volatility in Apple and in the markets, but nothing very crazy. We had a relatively flat open today. So if I zoom in to the charts today, you'll see that we had a relatively flat open, gap down a little bit, but nothing major. Tested the bid pro for support. We got some nice green candles at the high of the day very early. So I think this was a day where if you're able to get in the first 45 minutes of the day, so we got this bearish engulf, and then we kind of ate it back up over here. The first hour of the day, get into some longs. You had a pretty nice window to make some money. After halfway at the point of the day, the trend sort of died off, and we got this really choppy, chunky action as we sort of got this really wide bullish channel that was happening over here. Some price reaction near, this was the all-time high from, I believe, a few days ago. Well, in either case, this is incorrect. It's that all-time high from there. You see that we reacted from there. Broke back through, came and go over here, broke back through again. So certainly finding a little bit of resistance at this all-time high here, or near this all-time high. So that's what's going on today. If we look at some just sort of the sector analysis here, a lot of bearish breath going on. A lot of stuff is flowing out of the market. Technologies is a little bit off percentage-wise because NVIDIA had that 10-to-1 stock split. So the technology sector right now thinks that NVIDIA is down 90% when that is just not the case. But a lot of bearish breath in the sectors. That's the first thing I notice. If we look at our heavy buy and heavy sell from earlier in the day, it's another indication of market breadth, right? How many stocks are really popping out here? There's 10. And also look at heavy sell. Okay, there's 11. So fairly even on that front. And then if we look at our mega cap tech, are those really moving the market over here? Take NVIDIA outside of that. NVIDIA is pretty flat right now. So mega cap tech is actually a little bit bullish right now today. So that has a kind of a positive market influence. So, the breadth doesn't really tell us one way or the other. It just tells us that mega cap tech is strong, but a lot of sectors are tending to be pretty weak. And then I don't really look at the VIX as much anymore, but take a look at some commodities, gold, utilities, crypto. Take a look at how crypto is doing today. Kind of get a sense of how strong this move up is here, or what's the nature of the trend at this moment. So, there was an opportunity to get day trade early today, but right now, in terms of our long-term market forecast here, I am kind of neutral to mildly bullish at the moment. Like I said, the trend has been slowing down. There's a decent dip. We've got a marginal new high. I got another dip and another new high. So I like this little rebound here, but we're just not getting very far once we get the breakout in, right? We really need to get in on these pullbacks. So that's why I really want to be extra patient. And I think there are some opportunities to find some relatively weak stocks. So like we are in LSXMA. I think I said those letters in the correct order. We're in Liberty, which is short. We're in WDC, which is a mildly bullish position. So we're a bit balanced at the moment. I don't want to overload in too many positions. So my personal cap right now is no more than 5 swing positions that are premium selling. And they should be relatively balanced. So I'm either 3 and 2, so 3 long, 2 short, or 3 short, 2 long. So because my market bias is mildly bullish, I'm going to be 3 and 2. So Pete called out his Affirm call credit spread, which I thought was really nice. What I liked about this is I mentioned before how if we compare it to something like WDC, right, where WDC is in this long bullish channel that's just kind of slowly grinding up higher, and we have upside potential. Well, Affirm is kind of the exact opposite on the credit side. It has this wide bearish channel, and you have plenty of resistance in the way here, the 200-day SMA, the 50 SMA, AV, WAPQ. Also, the downward sloping trend line is also coming into play from over here. So when we take this put credit spread, what I like about this, you should take the 33-35 spread, is that 1, you have time for this thing to move sideways or move down. 2, if this does pop up after maybe a week or 2 weeks, your 50 SMA is sloping down, your downward sloping trend line is coming down. So this is working in the favor of your strike price, right? So right now, the 50 SMA is at 35.66. In a week or so, right, if the stock is flat or starts to move down, or sorry, this 100 SMA, sorry, the 50 SMA, this 100 SMA is going to be $35 or less. So when the stock does end up testing the $35 level, which matches my spread price, it's going to hit that 200-day SMA, and that resistance is going to come in at a lower point. So the fact that these are downward sloping means that as long as time is on our side, the resistance should come in at or even below our strike prices. So that gives us a lot of favorability. So I like that. I'm not going to recommend that because that's Pete's pick, so I'm not just going to poach his pick, but I just want to point out why I like this spread here. And then it kind of prompted me to say, hey, well, what's some other spreads I can really find here? So I was looking at a couple of spreads, and I made this scanner that's a call credit spread search. And it's got a couple of nice picks here and here. And one that I liked quite a bit was AMD. So AMD has been very weak since March 8th. I mean, not participating at all in the rally. It's been selling off, really weak relative to the other chip stocks. Now, I don't think it's going to be weak forever. We got this upward sloping trend line coming into play over here. The 200 SMA is down below here. So I don't think it's going to be insanely weak or anything. But what I like about AMD is that it has been compressing. This last leg of the rally over here, from May 16th to today. So let's look at May 16th, right? Market is flat, slightly up. AMD not participating at all in that rally. And then here's that relative weakness coming in on our scanner. So what I like on AMD is selling the 175-180 call credit spread. So let's see if we can get a good fill here. I was looking at something like June 18th. Oh, that's the put. I'm used to doing the put side. Um, let's look at there. So right now it's coming a little bit short. It's about 66 cents. So I think if we get any sort of pop up here to around 167, we can get that fill. So no need to chase it. We're going to keep an eye on the spread in the coming days. It could be filled on the FOMC day or not. But here's two reasons why I like this spread. So the first reason is that obviously we got the relative weakness. We're below the 200-day, the 100-day SMA. And we also have this high from May 28th that we would be below. And there's a little bit of horizontal support and resistance here. If we just look at some volume candles on AMD, we can see if anything sort of lines up here. And there's like a little bit of, price reaction coming in at this level right here, right? So nothing super strong, I would say, but certainly you can see that if there's no SMAs, the price is reacting at that point. Now, our second level of support, so that's kind of our first level there, and then our second level lining up here, 100 SMA kind of lines up with this level, and I think the 50 SMA as well as the A VWAP E would kind of be our second level as well. But I think these would kind of be our two levels at this compression zone. And then if we're able to break out to the downside, we have this downside potential in the stock. So I'm trying to see if I can find a nice trend here. That could potentially be a channel. Or maybe if you want to draw something like this. That's not quite the best channel, but certainly could work. But here's just basically one idea I'm talking about here. If we can get AMD maybe closing even below this level right here, if you close it below the 158 level, this could be even better. And now I'm thinking a little bit out loud. But if it closes below this 158 level, then I would sell maybe the 170 strike price, or the 172.50 strike. You can get a little bit closer in the money. So I like that a little bit better because now we're below the 50 SMA. We are below the AVWAP Q or the AVWAP E, sorry, and then below this low from May 23rd. So I think that is how I would set it up. So let's look at maybe the 172.50, 175. Yeah, so that's trading at about 83 cents right now. So certainly not bad. So we're going to keep an eye on AMD. I'm not going to give it a pick as today, but I just want to maybe give some thoughts on what I'm seeing here in the stock, how it could set up. I've been making a list of nice stocks with good potential for put credit spreads. Here's another one I like here, ENVX. You can see that we got a nice earnings breakout. This stock is just slowly grinding higher. Really nice option IV. It's above its 200 SMA. And we got a nice kind of fairly neutral bullish trend in this sort of price action. So you could probably sell. The hard part is like there's not really a clear exit point to get out, right? So if the spread goes wrong and you put your short strike, your long put over your short strike and your long put over here, well then you got the 50 SMA coming up over here as well. So that could certainly be an issue. So let's take a look at ENVX here. Maybe we can see the $9 to $8 PCS here. Let's take a look at 3 weeks. So $9, $8 per credit spread. Okay, that's giving us nothing. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. Maybe $10 to $9.50. That's also not giving us much. Let's go out to July 5th. $10 to $9. It's got to be 20 cents. Bid at 70 cents. Ask. Not crazy about it. The $9-8 spread. That could work. Especially because here is 850. So if we break through that 8th, then we have a pretty clear path down. That's not too bad if you can get it for 20 cents. That's something we'll keep an eye on here. So this ENVX PCS 20 cents to $8 PCS a month out. Get that for 20 cents on a pullback, right? This is high IV. So get it if it pulls back to maybe $8-10 here, preserves this trend, then I think we can get in on that trade. It'll also probably come in a market pullback. So once again, no picks for today, but we are looking for some premium selling strategies. If you want to experiment with weekly at the monies, or on a again, do these on paper accounts, weekly at the monies, or selling out of the money puts. So for example, something like coin. I was just mocking this up today, but if you sell the 230 out of the money puts on coin, you're getting in right at this AVWAP E. So that's institutional support right there. You can sell it. Let's look at July 5th here. So you can sell this. So take about 25% of the strike price. That's $50. And then you get in for something like $860 even. 860. So you're getting maybe like a 15% return on this investment on a July 5th short put. So and coin, as you can see, is kind of slowly grinding higher. It's moving pretty flat here. You get it on the stock at a good price. And these crypto stocks have a lot of IV that we can bleed off of. So couple things to keep in mind here. I'm going to get more premium selling strategies, and some day trading strategies. We're still keep day trading throughout the day, but looking for some strong premium favoring strategies over here. And then when we get some of these dips, we can look at entering really strong stocks. So something like Lilly has been really, really strong. On has been very strong recently. Now it's kind of stalled a little bit over here. But that's what we want to do. Just cycle in the stocks and pick your spots here. And just not be overloaded or be out over your skis in either direction. So we'll look to give maybe see what's happening tomorrow, maybe after Wednesday, depending on if market gets a little bit of direction on the short term. I'll recommend a put credit spread or a call credit spread. But nothing much today. We're just keeping patient. Set your alerts. I have my weekly ones that every day I go through. See what's been really weak, set some alerts on what could happen, right? So PEP looks good. It's in this very bullish range. Okay, CELH is looking nice. If it breaks through the 200-day SMA, or maybe it breaks through this low from that candle, I'd be pretty interested in getting short on that line. So yeah, set your alerts. Be patient, and just only pick the highest probability trades. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we will see what happens in the market tomorrow.